The business models we need, there's a whole load of different things, depending on whether it's business to business, business to consumer, or even peer-to-peer, as we call it, so customer to customer. The idea being that all of these different business models together are going to combine to give us a circular economy. WRAP's role in helping to achieve that is through a European-funded project called Rebus that we're running. So we work with organisations to develop the business case. There's lots of great evidence out there saying how much money could be made by whole sectors or whole nations. But until you go into a business and actually demonstrate to them how much money they can make, it's going to be a harder sell. So we go and help organisations understand that value, and then they can change their operations to suit the need. For electronics, I think that the waste and resources sector can help really demonstrate the value of product that perhaps is being thrown away at the moment that could be reused. So WRAP's research has shown that 20 to 25% of stuff thrown away at the local CA site is actually still working or repairable. So I think the resources industry can do a great job there, pulling some of that value back and creating value. Ultimately, I think there's a long way to go, but it's about stewardship of products. We talk about producer responsibility now, but ultimately you want full stewardship of products so they go back to the right place and can be remanufactured or reused. What I'd like to see happen first is probably different ways of collecting products. So the thing that's really going to increase the value is getting more products in better condition back to a place where they can be assessed for reuse and then perhaps components recovered if the whole product can't be reused. So as with a lot of other things, it's the way it's collected that's most important. But then it's about the systems for separation, the systems for assessment, and then getting those products and materials back into markets, which is what the resources sector is so good at. From the circular economy package, I'd really like to see an acknowledgement and credit to what I'd call gold standard operators. So there are huge companies doing massive reuse operations at the moment, and it's really seen as part of their regular business, and it's not recognised actually as circular economy. So I think the Commissioner do well to recognise those organisations and celebrate what they're doing, and help the truly international brands in making sure they can maximise reuse. So they may need to ship products to different parts of the world to be able to reuse them effectively. And then as long as they're doing the right recycling, then that's a good thing. So the Commission, I think, should focus on trying to help make sure those right things happen and more often. I think we need to be really careful with targets. So, I work a lot with the electrical sector, and my view is that the weight-based targets that have been set by the WEEE Directive lead us down the path of collecting a lot of big heavy things where actually we might miss out on smaller amounts of more valuable materials and more rare materials. So I think targets need to be really carefully thought through before we implement them.